Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick demo and code walkthrough of my personal AI agent for LinkedIn, showing off the latest version which uses Pydantic AI. So let's start off with the demo. All right, going over here, I'm gonna go ahead and run this file. This whole agent's in a single file. It's not a lot of code, but it does interesting things. So it opens up my LinkedIn, sees I'm already logged in. So it goes to my invitations tab, and then it starts looking at profiles. And if it's not sure, like the last one, it actually was undecided. So it opened up the full profile and read the full profile. And we can actually see in the terminal that it decided to accept after it read the full profile. So that was really fast. Let's do it again. So we can see again what was happening. So basically it looks at each of the invitations, decides based off the invitation alone if it can figure out whether it should accept or ignore. And if it's not sure, it'll open up that profile in a new tab and get more information and then decide based on that. In that last run, it was sure about everyone, so it didn't have to do any digging. So that's the point of the agent, is just to automate the process of managing LinkedIn invitations. I built it when I had like 700 pending invitations that I hadn't triaged, and I wanted some help triaging it. So now let's look at the code. So this is using Pydantic AI, and it is using Azure OpenAI for the models. You could also use GitHub models to run it for free. And then I'm using a lot of Pydantic models in order to describe what I want out of the LLM. So here I've got various Pydantic models that are going to be used by the LLM, and also some Pydantic models that I'm just using in my code. So here is the agent. This is the Pydantic AI agent. I pass it my model. I pass it a system prompt and say, okay, you're going to decide what to do with these invitations. If they're technical or connections or work at Microsoft, then probably accept. I ignore if they're a recruiter. That's just my personal approach to things. And then here I say that I want the output type to be invitation decision. So this means that the output from the LLM is going to use structured outputs, and Pydantic is going to make sure that the output adheres to the schema, because I only want to, deal with results that follow this schema, and I don't want to deal with any messy output, right? I want the LLM to give me this very structured output that has a action and a reason for that action. All right, now going here, this is the code where we use Playwright. So Playwright is for browser automation. So it will open up a new browser and it will load in any of my cookies if I've already logged in. If I'm not logged in, it'll prompt me to log in and then save those cookies. Then it's going to go to the invitation manager, find the current invitations. And for each of those invitations, it'll look at the web page to get the information. It'll send that information to the LLM and say, okay, here's the name and title and the number of connections. What do you think? Then I can look at that decision. And if it's still undecided, that's when I then have it go off and open a profile page. And I run the agent again and say, hey, here's more information. What's your new decision? And then I get the final decision, which still could be undecided. And at that point, as a human, I would make the decision. But most of the times it does, it does decide whether to go accept or ignore in the end. And then it just keeps going. At a certain point, if it's gone to the bottom of the page, it will have to scroll in order to load more, because this is an infinitely scrolling page. And then we just see the report about which ones were accepted, ignored, or undecided. And so then I can make my own personal decision for anything that was still undecided. So that is how I am the human in the loop. And there you go. That is my personal AI agent for LinkedIn. I just wanted to build it to demonstrate the idea of how you could build a personal agent with browser automation to really interact with any web page. Ideally, I would actually build this using the LinkedIn API. I haven't looked into that yet, but I wanted to show the idea of using Playwright, since that's something you could, in theory, use with any website. You should, of course, look at the terms of use of the website to see if it's okay what you're doing, but I feel okay about what I'm doing here. All right, that's my demo. Bye.